10 o'clock last night. That's how excited I am for this. So what I've started us out with is we've got 2 blocks of cardio. I'll start with a low intensity. I'm going to ramp it up a bit. You know your option, whether or not you want to join me, but we'll always start with the lower intensity so you know where you want to be. Now, we will need 1 dumbbell for a couple of the drills, but that's going to be optional if you're a beginner. Then we're going to move into our strength phase. And with our strength phase today, I really just wanted to focus on functional movements for you guys. So we're going to pick the 5 basic movement patterns that the human body does. Squat, press, pull, lunge, and hinge. We're going to be hitting those through 2 different circuits, 5 exercises a circuit, 2 rounds. All right? I wish we could play music. YouTube is really strict with music. A little music would be nice, but you know, you guys, you crank it on your end, all right? If you're taking requests, I absolutely love AC/DC when I work out. That's my jam. All right, watch is on, everybody. You go on one place if you have settings, high intensity interval training or something similar to a hip. Not an outdoor walk. Oh, I just hit outdoor walk. Stop the presses. Grab your sip of water right now. I'm going to push the timer. All right, so we got to warm up and then we're going to get busy in that cardio drill. Here we go. Feet apart for me, you guys. Give me some big arm circles. Remember, we like to go backwards with these arm circles because that's really going to open up that shoulder joint. We do enough forward and internal rotation through our day. Let's get them opening up. Now your feet are apart. You're planted. You're being strong with this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now hands light behind the ears. Push the booty back and give me that hip hinge. So here's the side view. We're hinging from that hip crease of yours, all right? And not from the waistband. Learning the hinge pattern for the series of drills that we'll do during our strength with the hinge. Hands are up, elbows pulled back, pushing the bum to the wall behind you. I've also got great news. There are no burpees and no push-ups in this workout. I thought there is no way on my watch and doing my final workout with people doing those stupid exercises. So no push-ups, no burpees. Last 2, you're welcome. And 1. Take your arms up, slide your shoulders back and down. I want you to inhale the arms up, exhale, bring the hands underneath the toes, drop the hips all the way down. We want those heels on the ground, press the knees out, open up, drive up. Okay, let's see that again. Come down. This is a really deep drill, deep mobility drill. Up for ankles, knees, and hips. One more time. And T-spine with the arms coming up. But again, I want you to keep the heels on the ground when you do this. Beautiful. And up. Hands light behind the ears. Let's do a couple of squats here. Now your knees are tracking with your toes, so you might want to shift the feet a little wider and then see if you can go down a little deeper. Eyes up, head up. I just caught myself kind of slouching. Last 2 and 1. Feet hip width. Give me that hip hinge again. Hands underneath the shoulders. And let's get further into the T-spine and shoulders by opening up the arm, closing, and then the other side. Good. So once again, getting that neutral spine, moving through those shoulders, and getting some rotation and extension in that mid-back area, what we call our thoracic spine. Last 2, 1 more. Excellent. Keep those feet hip width apart. Step back with your left leg and bring it all the way to the ground. That's unavailable to you. Come as close to the ground as you can. Now drive up and hold. We're going to hover here, create some fire in the quads. Breathe. Again, if this isn't available to you, come up a little higher. Good. Chest is lifted. 3, 2, 1, and feet together. All right, let's take the right leg back. Bring the knee all the way to the ground, or as close to the ground as you can. Now lift up, hover, and hold. Upper body's upright, yeah? Good job, you. Here we go. Creating that fire in those quads, getting those legs ready. In 3, 2, 1, release. Shake it out. All right, we are going in about 30 seconds. So for some reason, Siri keeps turning on here. Let's turn her off. Anyways, we need one dumbbell. We're starting with a Tabata. All right, our first Tabata is a squat, and then we're going to catch the dumbbell as we do these pulses with our squat. The second exercise, you're going down here and then up for a total body extension. So let's grab the dumbbell, go down into the squat, and catch it. Good. So I'm not sure if you can hear the timer. Timer went. Keep your eyes on the dumbbell. You're going to feel those quads. We have 20 seconds of work, only 10-second recovery. Stay low. We're never coming out of that squat. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back and down. And time. Dumbbell in front. We'll need it again. So we have 4 rounds of these. Bring the feet in a little closer together. Come down like you're at the top of a mountain and then extend everything up. Go. Now when you come up, the thumbs are going to the back of your room. Knees tracking with the toes when we do that squat. And breathe, right? Come on. One more. All right. So that's how we roll for another 3 rounds. So grab that dumbbell. Feet wide, toes turned out, chest lifted, ready, set, go. So we're just catching the dumbbell and then getting the hand out of the way. We're not letting the arm drop though when we catch. We still keep those shoulders square. Nice. Knees tracking with the toes. Take a peek. Good job, you. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Dumbbell down. Woo. All right, shake out those legs. That'll get the quads working, won't it? Now bring the feet in, just shoulder width. Thumb back, arms back, and up. Go. I love this move. It gets the heart rate up, but there's no impact to the joints. Remember, head up, chest up when you squat. Take a look where your ceiling and your wall meet. Great, one more. Okay, shake it out. So, back to that dumbbell catch. Now we go wider on our squat with this. Ready, set, go. Can you sink down a bit deeper on that squat? Just thought I'd ask. Woo! Legs are burning. Last 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! I bet you guys are missing the timer on this one, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Feet hip width, so a little bit more narrow. Start here and go. The other thing you're going to be missing is mini-me. There's no alternative screen. I've given mini-me the day off. So I'll be showing, as I said, the lower intensity versions of moves as we go. And then you can add the jump as we go. Done. Okay, we got one more beat, quick water break, and then we're moving into another new block. Feet wide, toes turned out, go. Have to say, the set looks pretty good. Live, you can see it on the screen there. We've come a long way here, Fitness and PJ. Done. And it's only due to my Patreon community. So if you're part of that Patreon community, give yourself a pat right now. All right, total body extensions, 3, 2, 1, go. Last one, come on. Head up, chest up. One more. Shake it out. All right, 30-second breather. So grab a quick sip if you need it. Not a big one. You don't want it sloshing around because we still got some more cardio to do. All right, you got an option with your dumbbell. Okay, we're going to go out, press, or, okay, yeah, I wish I could talk to you. So let's try it. Step out near me, step out, in, press, step out, in, press, good. Now pick it up. Now add the jump if you want. You can also go no dumbbells if you've got shoulder or neck issues that you're trying to work out. Time. Woo. All right, feet wide. As we squat down, bring the dumbbell up to shoulder height and lower. Got it? Now you want to add a bit more. Add a hop. So, two options. Both of them are challenging. If you're doing the hop, you're going to do more of the side lateral or the front lateral when you're down there. Okay? So let's start with the press jack. Low impact. Okay? Now hot. Land soft. Go wide with those legs. And get rid of the dumbbell anytime and just pretend you got one. Or switch out to a lighter one if you have one. Woo. Our shoulders will be warmed up after this. So let's go wide with the squat. I'm going to go to my side. Toes turned out. Squat. The same time as you squat, you lift up. Unless you're going to do the jump. Then it's up. You got to get it going first. So that's the difference between the two. Again, mini me has the day off, so she can't show you the low impact like I most usually do there. So, press and jack. Ready? Remember low impact. Good. High impact. Whatever happened to the good old days where just a jumping jack was enough, huh? That's okay. God, whew. We've been training all year, haven't we, crew? We can do anything except burpees or push-ups. We're not doing those today. Squat, arms up. Now with this squat, you want those feet wide, toes turned out, knees tracking with toes, arms just come to shoulder height. Woo. All right. One more of each. Ready? 3, 2, 1, tap or jack. Go. 20 seconds, come on. It's our last set, you got this. Pick it up, let's go. Last 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. Nice. All right, so we just got the squat to do. Feet wide on the sky, remember? Toes turned out. Ready, set, squat, lift the dumbbell. Lower. I tell you, 12 pounds seemed like a good idea when I was setting this workout up. Woo! Shoulders are questioning my sanity right now. It's good to end the year a little crazy though, isn't it? Yes. One more. Come on. One more, you guys. Woo! Time. Nicely done. All right. Grab a sip. Shake out those arms. Let's do a high five. Ready? The whole world. The whole wide world. 1, 2, 3. High five. All right. True story. I once had a lady complain about the high fives. All right. You guys would kill yourself laughing if you saw some of the emails and comments we had to handle. We're moving into our strength portion. Now remember, for this strength, it's a functional based strength. So we're not going to be doing standing bicep curls. Instead, we're going to be training the body as one unit the way it performs for you in real life. We're taking a squat, press pattern, lunge pattern, pull pattern, and a hinge pattern. 2 rounds, 2 different blocks of them. All right? So you will need dumbbells for this. Whew. I'm going to get the timer readjusted. We have 30 seconds of setup. What's our first move, PJ? Quick. Dumbbell in each hand, feet hip width apart. We're going to start with alternating reverse lunges. Now, sensitive knees. You may do a straight leg back, what we call a hip extension. That may be where you're at for the knees. Advanced people, I want knee all the way to the ground. Remember, you can perform a bit of a hip hinge as well to make this more glute dominant, and it might take some pressure off the knees. All right, feet hip width, ready, set, let's go. We have 45 seconds of work. Don't rush through these. These are our strength patterns now. I want you to feel the muscles that we're training. Have control through the entire repetition. We have a great 15-second break. I know, you're welcome. And then we'll move into the next exercise. I'm so kind and giving. 15 full seconds. Let's do one more lunge each leg. Last one. All right, one dumbbell on the ground. We have an alternating clean and press. So we start with the dumbbell on the ground. We squat, we clean it up to our shoulder, and then press up. Take it down, let's try it, ready? Come up, clean it up. When we clean, we gotta drop into that squat a bit and press. Dumbbell down, up, clean, press. Dumbbell down, up, clean, press. Now you don't have to go deep with that squat when we get to the clean part. And for the press part, you can start it right away and have the legs kind of help you bring that dumbbell up. This is kind of a coordinated move. But lucky for you, Siri keeps turning on. Keep going. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if you heard her. Done. All right, let's head down to the mats now and work into our press pattern with a chest press. So, elbows slightly in front of shoulders, hips up by squeezing the glutes, and press up. Let's go. Back of the neck is long. There is some up and down in this workout. My apologies. We really are kind of have to work around gravity when we're working body weight and dumbbells. So sometimes that does mean up and down, up and down. When the timer goes, we'll stay down here though with one dumbbell and work our pull muscles. Squeeze through those glutes. Straightening those arms every rep, and they're ending above the chest, not the head. Do one more. All right, now just one dumbbell. Bring the leg to what we call tabletop. Hold on to the dumbbell at the end furthest away from you, and then angle the dumbbell away from your head. Soften the elbows, move to the shoulders, let the dumbbell hit the ground behind you, and pull the dumbbell back over the belly. Good. Now, if you want a little bit more, as the dumbbell extends, so do the legs. So it turns into a little bit of core work, being aware that as the legs drop, we're not letting the belly puff or that low back come up off your mat. Keeping that neutral spine, and then moving through the shoulders with our dumbbell, not the elbows. So you choose what's going to work for you, okay? We're standing for the next exercise for our hinge pattern. Good. Come on up. One dumbbell only. Let's place it in the left hand. We're coming down into a hinge with the left leg coming up off the ground, and then switching hands, switching legs. Ready? I like to keep my knee bent, pressing the heel up to the ceiling. For some reason, I find that helps me with my balance. Once you've seen me, I want you to find something stationary to look at too. That's going to help you with your balance. And that knee that stays on the ground, that leg that's on the ground, we have softness in it. We never want to lock at a joint and hang off of that joint. It's really stressful on the ligaments. Fire up the quad, fire up the hamstrings, give support to that knee joint. So this is our last exercise of the series. We're going to take it back to the top with our lunges. And one more rep. Time. I don't know why Siri keeps turning on. I don't know how to turn her off. Okay, you guys, so we got lunges. If anyone knows how to turn Siri off, can you please let me know? Ready? And lunge it, either tapping the leg back, bending the knee a little bit, or knee down to the ground. Our feet are hip width too on this, guys. And that's going to give you a good base of support when you step back for that lunge. Once again, you can add a little bit of a hip hinge as you come down, and you'll feel that a lot more into the glute. And for some people, it just feels nicer on the knee. Moving into alternating clean and press. One more rep here. Woo. All right. So we want the dumbbell in front, legs wide, toes turned down. We squat to get the dumbbell up, and then we clean it up, and we got to bend the knees to get the dumbbell under the shoulder. So, up, press, good. Now, when you grab that dumbbell right here, open up the collarbone. Head is up. So, what's everyone got going on tonight? Anything fun? Fun is what you make of it, isn't it? It can happen in your living room. It can happen out with a group of people. Time. All right, chest press. All right, whatever you do, I hope you do have fun, wherever you are, whoever you're with. We don't have enough fun in our lives. Heels close to the bottom. Let's do that bridge. Elbows in front of shoulders. Press up, straighten those arms lower down. Straightening the arms completely with each rep. So here we got a lot going on. Other than just our pec muscles, we have the front shoulder, your triceps, and then in this bridge, big muscle group at the base of your spine called the erector spinae, in addition to your glutes and some hamstrings. This is our pressing motion, moving into our pulling motion next. All right, lower the tush, bring the legs in tabletop. That just means knees at 90, hips at 90. Bring the dumbbell above the chest, and then you're placing each hand on the furthest end of it. Angle it away from the noggin, elbows soft, lower the dumbbell down, touches the mat behind you, pull over, back over to the belly. Now draw the belly button in towards the spine, and add the leg drop if you like. After this, we stand for our last exercise of this circuit for our hinge pattern. Time. All right, come on up. Let's start with the dumbbell on the left hand. So whatever hand the dumbbell is in, that's the leg that lifts off. Awesome. Remember, focus yourself on something stationary, softness in this working leg. Good, I'll come to my side so you can see. I like my other arm out to help me with my balance. So here the main move is our hamstring, but we are getting a lot of your hip stabilizers and glute as well. And then because we're using and holding the dumbbell, we've got those core muscles fired up. So remember, you don't have to do a traditional ab crunch or plank to hit the abs. Done. 30-second break. We're moving into the next round. All right, so we're taking it into a 45-degree lunge pattern. And this is going to help on a couple of fronts for you, both lower body strength and then hip mobility. So facing the front of your mat, you'll take it, step out to the side, toe pointed to me, and alternate. So you're going on a 45. Siri just went on again. Carly, how do I turn Siri off? All right, let's give it a try. Feet hip width. So mirror me. So step out with your right, 45, dumbbells down to the ground if you can, step out. Now this leg that's pointed towards me, okay? And then you bend. Now if you have sensitive low back, get rid of the dumbbells because they will place a load on your core. And if your low back is sensitive, it might be too much. So this is our lunge pattern. A lot of us tend to be quite tight in the hips due to tightness in this inner thigh area, your adductors. So this helps open it up. One more. All right. Whew. So wrap the dumbbells and hold on to one dumbbell if it's too much, like this. Now give me a squat. Good. Now as we come up, I want you to come up, rotate, turn, and one dumbbell presses. Let's try that other side. Squat. So we're rotating through the hips, not the spine. So rotational squat. And then it's challenging, so we got to add that press. So if your weight is too heavy for press, hold on to the one as I showed you, or get rid of the down weight. Who cares? You showed up. That's what matters. So, whoo, I might get rid of the down weight. Last one. All right, taking it back to the ground for a press pattern. This time a crush press. Heels close to the bum, bum stays on the ground, dumbbells rest on top of the belly and they're touching. From here, straighten the arms and lower. So for this press pattern, we've got those pecs fired up again in front shoulder, but now there's a bit more emphasis in your triceps, muscles of the back of the arm, which I absolutely love to train. Next exercise will be our pull pattern, and we'll be on all fours, just so that you know where we're headed after this. Exhale as you press up, lower down slow. Time. Bring yourself into all fours, hands on top of the dumbbells, under the shoulders, knees apart under the hips. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, draw the belly button in, row one arm up, and then the other arm up. Go. Now, if you have sensitive knees, if this just isn't working for you, keep going. You can do the piston row where you're standing. So here we've got our lats fired up, biceps, rear delt, and mid back. Now, for a lot of you, if you're using your moderate weights, this probably isn't going to be super challenging because you could probably use a heavier dumbbell. But because we're moving through the moves so quick, you know what? You still got to get a good workout. Let's do one more each arm, and then no dumbbells, and we're on our back again. Last one. All right. Take yourself on your back, arms down by your side, heels close to the bum, and then step them away so there's just a slight bend in the knees. Toes are up off the ground. And draw the hips up and lower. Up and lower. Good. Keep going. I have no idea if you can hear Siri. Okay, Carly says you guys can't hear her, but she's really loud in my ears, though, pissing me off. So this is called a hamstring bridge. So the feet further away fires up the hammies more. Don't let the bum imprint in the mat. So just let it touch the mat, kind of kiss the mat, and then boom, bridge up again. And really focus on lifting up high. All right, time. Whew. Okay, come on up. We're taking it back to those 45-degree lunges. 1, 2, or no dumbbells. Both feet pointed towards me. Let's step out to your right, okay? Ready? On a 45. Bum goes back, hinge. So in essence, your lunge pattern on this guy here, we're working hinge as well. That foot that stays at the front of the mat is going to stay turned to me as we do that 45. I got my girl Bella, she's crashed just behind the camera there. Woo, let's do one more, you guys. Woo. All right, so we got this squat, rotate, one arm press, 1 or 2 dumbbells. So rack them, feet apart, start with the squat, go as deep as you can, come up, as you come up, you turn, pivots to the hip, and notice I pick that foot right up, okay? Again, working functionally here. Not everything in life is linear, forward and back. There's side. There's transverse planes. Ooh. Last one. Oh yeah, done. Woo. All right, crush press. So we're down on the mat. Dumbbells are touching. Heels close to the bum, but let's keep the hips on the ground and press straight up and lower down. Exhale up and down. Now for the last 10 seconds, I'm going to cue you. We're going to pump these out quickly. It's going to be awesome. Get ready. Get ready for some fitness with PJ fun. We're pumping in 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, pick it up, let's go. Push, push, come on. Push, straighten those arms, come on. Hop, hop, hop. One more, done. Woo! See, wasn't that fun? I know. Like, can I bring a party to a workout or what? Okay, we're on all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders and on each dumbbell post, knees apart, row up. Remembering, if your knees aren't loving this, you go into the hip hinge and do the alternating piston row. 2 more exercises, crew. A couple of stretches, and then if you can stick around, I've got this beautiful meditation I found to help us manifest joy. One more each arm. Last arm. Woo. All right, you can place your dumbbells out of the way. We're moving into those hamstring bridges, so feet away from the tush. Your toes are going to be up, arms are down by the side, and really encourage those hips to lift, and then lower till it butt just kisses the mat of yours. Now, if the hamstrings are cramping, this is just too much. Bring the heels in closer to the bum. Last few reps. 3 more. Here's 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Woo! Pull the knees into the chest, rock them side to side. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. I'm just going to angle the camera down just a little bit so you can see me a bit better here on mat. This is where we'll be now. All right, nice job, you guys. Whew. Cheers. That was a good little sweat at the beginning, right? And then we moved into our strength. All right, let's stay down. Knees bent, extend that left leg up. Now your hands can maybe interlace behind the thigh if that's available to you. And then if you feel like it, you can straighten the other leg, extending that right leg, pressing the heel on the ground so you get a bit of a stretch in that front of the hip there. Now with the hamstring stretch, a couple of things I want you to be aware of. One, that we don't have that front of your neck really exposed. So pick the head up, slide the chin in, and lower the head down. If it's still quite exposed and long, I want you to place a pillow under your head. Second, if that hamstring is shaking, I want you to let it go until it's not shaking. Your central nervous system is telling the brain that it's too much and it will never release if it shakes. So just let it go and relax. By the way, that's my new mantra for 2023. Just let it go and relax. I can get a little high strung. All right, let's move into the hip. So if you have a straightened right leg, bend it, left ankle over the right thigh. Now this may be just right where you want to be. If you want a little deeper, pick your foot up off the ground. Hands can come behind that right thigh or take it even deeper on top of that shin. Once again, we don't want that front of the neck really exposed. We want the back of the neck long. And you'll hear people cue that mainly because we want the vertebrae in the neck to be in alignment. When you have the chin poking up and that front of the neck exposed, you don't. You're impinging on the discs in the neck. So always think long with the spine. Foot to the ground. Let's release the left leg, extend the right one up. Again, if you're able, maybe interlace the hands behind the thigh. And then if that feels good for you, perhaps straighten that left leg on the mat now, pressing the left heel into the ground so we get a nice length in the front of the left leg. Now on the hamstring stretch, some people like the leg straight. I prefer a slightly bent knee. So play around with it. You may even want to bend the knee a bit more and pull in a bit deeper. Again, just so long as we've got the alignment to the neck and the hamstring isn't shaking, you find what's going to help release your hamstrings. Let's bend that left leg. If it's not bent, right ankle crosses over. Stay here or lift the foot up off the ground. Hands come behind the thigh or on top of the shin to make it a little deeper. We're stretching deep into the hip and the glute. A little muscle called the piriformis, which if you've ever had piriformis issues, you are well aware of where your piriformis is. And it can get quite tight and angry. I find it happens with a lot of runners. So if you are a runner, here's a good stretch for you. And this is always the stretch I want to do when I'm flying. I just want to lie in the aisle and do this stretch. But I think airplane control would probably lock me up. They don't really have a sense of humor anymore, do they, on planes? All right, release, feet hip width. Let's bring the arms in a T position. And you can take this as gentle of a twist or as intense of a twist as you want. We'll drop both knees, and the feet are mat width. Drop both knees to one direction. And if you want a bit more, you can take that bottom foot and cross it on top of that top leg. And then now let's turn the head and rotate it away from the direction of the knees. Back to center, knees to other side, bottom foot hooks on top of that top knee if you want it a bit deeper. Rotate the head, turn the gaze now to your left fingertips. Release, rolling onto the belly, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, or if that's a bit too much for you, you'll bring the elbows forward. Have the feet close together, pull the shoulders away from the earlobes. Just let the belly, the hips, everything soften and drop to your mat. And then we're going to pull those shoulders away from the ears as well. This position here is a great position to do on a daily basis. Help counteract all the flexion that we do with the sitting that we do, whether it's on a plane, watching TV, or do your job. Lower yourself down, right heel comes towards you, grab onto the right foot if you're able to. Make a fist with your left hand now, and just place your forehead on top of that fist as we draw that heel to the bum. Ideally, that heel touching the glute on that right side. Let's release it. Switch sides. Now make it a fist with the right hand, placing the forehead on it. Left heel to bum. And just be aware that each side could feel different. And that's why exercise is so great. It helps us reacquaint ourselves with each other. You may never knew that you couldn't touch your bum with this heel, but you could with the other. So now you know you have some tightness in the quad, and you could work that out. Release. Push yourself back. Maybe you like to open up the knees, big toes together. But I'd like you to have the hands mat width and then walk them forward. And then elbows stay off the mat. And if you're able to, drop the forehead to the mat. We're lengthening the sides of the body, the lats. Creating some space into the shoulders, as well as stretching into the arms. Sitting the hips right back, just breathing into the belly, into the low back. Two more breaths here. And release. Now move yourself into whatever position is going to feel best for you. So it could be lying flat, legs open, mat width, arms down by your side. It can be lying against a wall with your legs up. That feels very yummy. It can be seated, cross-legged, maybe on a cushion. But I want you to get settled in. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water as you settle. Maybe you have a jacket or a blanket you can put on to make yourself comfortable. Once you find that comfy spot just for you, if you're lying on your back, I'd love for you to have your hands up. So there's no sensations on your fingertips touching the ground. Close your eyes. And breathe. And settle into this truth that you were meant to experience deep joy in this life. Colors are meant to be vibrant. Many laughs are meant to be shared. Even when the world seems dark, even when life feels heavy, call in more joy, my friend, and let it live deeply within you. It's been said that joy is what happens to us when we allow ourselves to recognize how good things really are. So let's open the portal of joy by aligning with that energy of gratitude. So breathe and let yourself be in this moment, hearing the noises around you, feeling the gentle shift of your body as you settle in, as you settle and come into your breath. Just practice being here, present and alive, aware of all the little things that make this moment special. Let any worries, thoughts, or stresses release from you with every breath out. And with every breath in, fill yourself with gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for the big things, gratitude for the little things. Invite them all within you as you embody the beauty of your life with every single breath. Feel your energy shift, open and calm, as you awaken to all that is great in your life right now. And each time you breathe in, imagine that invigorating energy of joy entering your body, light and fresh. Let it fill you up bit by bit, building on the foundation of gratitude for what is, dissolving all the darkness or heaviness that surrounds you, and focusing on the simple intake of air as you breathe in joy. You're allowed to feel joy. You're allowed to be joyful. You're allowed to delight in the small and big things that make your life so great. So call in more joy and let it live deeply within you and expand that space for more. More joy for you, more joy for others, more joy for the world. Namaste. Good looking. When you're ready, start to move the body a little bit, wake it up. It could be wiggling the toes and the fingers. And then extend the arms overhead, extend the legs, reach out, fingers to toes, one of those really yummy good morning stretches. And pull both knees into your chest. Maybe you like movement with this, kind of rocking side to side, doing a little massage for your low back. At this point, maybe you open the eyes and soften the gaze. Rolling onto your side, using your arms to get yourself up into an easy seated position. When you're in that position, we're going to make that spine long because we know that that's what that spine likes. Let the hands just rest on the inside of the thighs. And put a big smile on our face because we did damn good today. Thank you, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here with you.